Rave Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Everyone, this is Gary K, and welcome to a new edition, a InfoComm countdown edition to our Rants and Raves video cast. Although Planar will not be at InfoComm, they will be watching InfoComm really closely, and they're doing their kind of own version of InfoComm with MicroPalooza. We'll get into that in just a second. Adam and Steve, how you doing?
Doing well.
Doing great, thanks.
Adam, you've had a great year in 2021. Considering all that's gone on, it's been an odd sort of set of circumstances. But when you're running a company like Planar, you can't just sit back and wait for the pandemic to end, can you?
No, exactly. And it's an odd set of circumstances is a fair way of putting it, but we're doing pretty well. We're hanging in there. I think we're relatively well positioned to deal with this with our parent company, Liard, things like our relationships with Epistar. Our global manufacturing footprint has really helped to be able to be flexible in where we're sourcing and how. And then, of course, we have a pretty substantial U.S. footprint for services, for our showrooms. And so while the world has been really challenged, and we all have been challenged, it's we're lucky. We're fairly well positioned, and it's been a great year in a lot of ways. In some ways, a lot of the craziness in the world is driving demand for what we do, for bigger video, for LED, and we've been really busy trying to keep up, stay in front of that. And so we've developed a bunch of new products, and we need a way to show them to people. And these shows, they're challenged at best. Sometimes they're canceled. So we're taking advantage of our own showrooms. You mentioned MicroPalooza to highlight our micro LED products, as well as all the other cool technology that we've unveiled this year, and give customers a safe, smaller, more private, intimate way to engage with the technology and reconnect with us. So we're really looking forward to it.
It's a 6-city tour. It's going to happen between now and the end of the year. And it gives you a chance to actually touch and feel and see these products, but more importantly, hang out with the team from Planar and it gives you a chance to kind of touch base with your customers as well. So this is like a win-win on both sides. I mean, not everybody could go to InfoComm. I understand the limitations of the concern, but in smaller groups, I think that we're going to be naturally successful. We've always done well with regional shows. This is, by the way, you didn't just put this together because of COVID. Your team have been doing regional events for many years. So this MicroPalooza is just sort of a carryover for what used to be called Wallapalooza, I believe, if I remember correctly. And so you're really kind of just rebranding it, but really it gives us a glimpse as to what you're rebranding it with, the micro LED.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, it's been great. We kind of had to call an audible at the line of scrimmage, but luckily everybody already knew the play. And so we were able to execute it because of what we've done in the past. And that, coupled with these showrooms that we've invested in over the last few years, has really proven beneficial during these times. So we feel fortunate. And
Steve, I will miss our interaction. This is the first InfoComm in probably a dozen years that you and I have not personally had an on-camera interview, and you've not given me a tour of the most impressive LED on the show floor every single year, and giant size is driven by your team. And I'll miss that, but here we are, get a chance to talk here, but we'll also get a chance to talk at MicroPalooza. Tell me about what we're going to see.
Yeah, well, it is, Adam alluded, it's been a huge product year for us. The only thing we haven't had is events to be able to show the new products, but it's been a big year. So we filled out a lot in terms of our high-end LCD products up to 100-inch with the UltraRes X. So we'll be showing some of those products. On the LED side, of course, we introduced DirectLight Ultra, which is the micro LED product. But what we also did was we filled in that fine pitch line so that we have other offerings for other types of customers or applications, and really present an alternative where some customers have been evaluating, say, tiled LCD. They may have an opportunity now to consider fine pitch LED at a similar price point. In addition to that, we introduced products around virtual production. We did what we called our Planar lifestyle displays around luxury living. So it's been a busy year.
And by the way, if you want to really understand the technology and the applications and how MicroLED is different, if you'll go to our rAVe launch replay event, which we're doing the week after InfoComm. So if you're watching this or listening to this before November 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, then you'll have to wait till November 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. But if you go to launch.com, lavnch.com, I'll put the link in the description of this podcast too, /rePLAY 2021. Planar was a big part of that. And Steve does a really good job breaking down the technology and explaining how it works, how it's different, and sort of the applications for it. And great job there. So I'm not going to ask you any of those technical questions, but guys, I want to congratulate you on putting together a tour for the end of the year, because I think a lot of people were concerned there wasn't going to be a whole lot to do after InfoComm, and you're going to, I mean, off the top of my head, I know Chicago, Dallas, who knows, Seattle. I don't know New York.
Yeah, New York, Fort Lauderdale, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Denver, Los Angeles.
Denver.
We're excited. We're excited to kind of canvas the country. Yeah,
and I'll meet you in Fort Lauderdale.
Deal.
That's the one that appeals to me the most. New York, no, I get it. You got to go there because there's so much, and you got a great showroom in New York. Boy, when I was at the Digital Signage Week a couple of years ago, I was blown away. That is a phenomenal space, which is another way that you can see these products. Don't forget, they do have showrooms in a number of cities. You can talk to your local Planar rep. One last point question. I know that MicroLED is an important initiative for you heading into 2022. You have a unique position of not only having the product, but also having it in stock, which is something that the other MicroLED companies can't necessarily say yet. And you alluded to it, Adam. You're in control of your own destiny. The supply chain issues don't affect you like they do other companies, because you own the company. You're part of the company that owns the company, and you're also supporting it here in the United States.
Yes, I would probably, I'm listening for footsteps if they hear me agree with it doesn't affect our supply chain, because it's a ton of work, but we're better prepared for it for sure. And MicroLED is a great proof point. We have the advanced technical development to do pitches that nobody else is really able to do, and we have the capability of executing upon those marketing commitments. So yes, we're in stock, we're delivering. It's an exciting product. There's some of these new markets that are emerging. This is perfect for bigger video, quality, durability, off-axis viewing, the colored up. It's an amazing, listen to Steve's pitch. He's much better at it, but it's a great technology for a great time.
Yeah, definitely go listen to it. It's at launch.com/rePLAY 2021. Steve, Adam, thank you very much for joining me. And of course, you could check out all that Planar has at planar.com. Definitely sign up for MicroPalooza. Even if you're not sure you can go ahead and sign up for it, because it's going to be limited. You're not going to just be able to walk in and out at your own free will, because they're going to have some issues in some places where they have to make sure there's some social distancing and masking and such. So definitely sign up and get your place now. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much, Gary. Take care. See you in Florida.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening, watching.
With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves.